Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the AniMango Tokucast. As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze
and Makotoa.
Yeah, I guess I surprised you there. Anyways, guys, on today's episode, we're going to be reviewing for you Kamen Rider Build, episode 37. And there's nothing... I'm sure there's something new to say. But I always intro this with, it's good, but it keeps
so good,
raising the bar.
Yeah, I feel like this episode was good, but like it was... I feel like the total episode amounted to a good, because like the middle of it was kind of like the weakest point.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Like at the end, we just kind of like hit like this really nice climax thing. So I was willing to forgive a lot of the, the little things that kind of there was a little stupid in the middle.
I mean, Banjo's back with no powers, but then we got to see him overcome that after the other two got their butts kicked.
So how do you think that happened? Do you think he just raised his hazard level by himself?
I'm pretty sure the dragon farted on him, and
the dragon. I mean, that particular essence or whatever was of his girlfriend, right? Like, apparently.
Yeah, but that was also of himself as well. Now it is.
Yeah.
Because that specific bottle was taken from him. Also, I'm thinking there might be some augmentation with or maybe just some stored energy from the dragon itself, that little dragon buddy. Yeah. So I do like it. It was really neat.
Yes.
A thing that I thought was gonna bother me, but they brushed over it like super quick, was that moment where Crocodile was like, "I don't have the emotional capacity to blah, 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 blah. Get over yourself." And then he did it! Oh, I was so happy.
I don't have the drive.
And but then he got the surprise drive. But
he stopped from talking all like he's gonna make that joke.
Great.
But, it amounted to a sum total of nothing. Because as Grease and Gentoku were fighting for second place as the main rider, Banjo was like, nah, step down. I'm the secondary rider.
I don't think it was for nothing, because it was a good build up that let us get but Banjo back to his full power, right? We got to watch the other two just get murked.
But like that whole scene didn't really have much impact because of like what kind of happened afterwards, because like it got resolved like way too fast for them to even have the scene in the first place.
And the way that they portrayed, Gentoku's reasoning, I wasn't quite on board with that. I feel like the juiciest part of that scene was Banjo bowing down and asking for help. And that sort of interaction between the two of them.
Is that our new segment we're gonna have? What was your juiciest part of the scene? Like, what was the juiciest scene?
What made it juicy for you?
Just like,
yeah, but like I feel like it was a repeat of what happened between Grease and Gentoku, where like he's always kind of questioning. It's like, "Are you okay with like my help? Because I've done so many wrong things." It's like, shut the fuck up, get over yourself. Like, is this really the time for you to actually care about that type of stuff?
Aren't you the one that loved him super edgy and super unnecessarily edgy?
I'm still loving his unnecessary edge. Hey, Beardo.
Hey, potato farmer.
That's great.
Yeah, like I mean, I still like love those like parts of his character, but like, I feel like that scene kind of took too long. So
yeah, definitely.
If you kind of think about like the plot that occurred in this episode, it was just like, man, like for build, why is this taking so long? It kind of felt like it was actually a little roadblock that we had to like overcome, and I didn't really. It's not something I really like in like builds kind of thing, because like their pace is super fast, and for us to kind of like get stuck in that like little mentality, just like, oh, this is a bit weird.
And not just that, like the form, like the new form reveals took a weird turn. Like, oh man, Banjo's got a brand new form, and it's just Cross Z with a little bit of red, and it's just there to get him to magma. That's a little odd. You know what I mean?
Will there actually be a toy release of it?
Yeah, for sure.
God, I hope so.
There you go. Doesn't matter.
I still like that form. It was.
I don't know. I thought it was a little lazy. It is just the regular, his standard form, except with the red like shield.
Yeah,
Wing
I
shield
feel like
thing.
that was something that was supposed to happen with the new form. It's supposed to be like not like a reimagining, but just like a revival of that form, like his base form.
I'm also thinking that like there's a little bit of Evolt in that bottle too.
Yeah, because like the bottle did help kind of like manifest like those powers and his hazard level as a whole. So it might be kind of tied to that.
Why do you think it changed color though?
Maybe that was the result.
Maybe it's like the hazard
Evolt's
level.
Power. Like, because you guys were just saying that it might have had some of Evolt's power, and then like the color palette sort of does that extra.
But Banjo's always had Evolt's power. That's the thing. So like, what would kind of cause like him having those powers to?
He's had his DNA, but Evolt's power has recently been.
No, he's had it ever since he went cross magma. Like, where he's actually controlling like Pandora's box and stuff. Like, that's what I would kind of consider like Evolt's powers. Powers.
Okay.
I was thinking of the suit because it did seem to take on some of the suit colors of Evolt's suit.
The red.
That's what
I feel like a color indicative to Evolt is that burgundy.
Yeah.
And if you looked closely at the design, I noticed a bit of like cues from Kamen Rider Evolt's look.
Well, yeah, like I think it's kind of like evident that it's supposed to be that parallel, but I feel like him having like evidence of using Evolt's powers or something that he's had ever since like that time where he didn't have the burgundy on his base suit. So something must have triggered between those two moments, because like what else would it be,
Now, do you think Sento Takumi is going to be able to transform into Build? Did he take his hazard level too?
I don't know. I don't think that's because he just said I just took your DNA.
Matters.
I took my DNA from you. I don't think Sento's gonna not be able to.
Yeah, no, but the whole thing of Evolt wanting Sento's body was so that he could harness the power. Like, he was fostering Sento to get stronger than any human, so he could use that body with the new trigger.
It only worked to an extent, though, and it only changed it so that he could use the rabbit, evil rabbit form.
I don't think he wanted Sento's body though, because like the thing like he got super pissed about this episode was that Sento screwed up his like final form, because I think he was like supposed to be in his final form with Banjo's body, but then Sento kind of like forced him to take his body after like whatever the crap they were doing 2 episodes ago. So yeah, and he kind of like kicked him out at the end of this episode, so apparently it's not needed. And I think like Katsuragi did the experimentation on himself to be able to hench in the first place. So I don't really think that there will be an issue with
his issue is going to be whether or not he wants to fight now as a scientist.
How long do you think that's going to last? No, he did fight as a scientist. Remember? He captured spoilers for what is it? Heisei Generation's final. He captured X-Aid's powers as Build when he was Katsuragi.
Right. Oh, that's right.
That technically counts.
I don't want it to.
I don't either, but it does.
Yeah.
I hope we get an explanation that ties that in properly and doesn't leave that hanging.
But how long do you think we'll have Katsuragi instead of Sento?
1 episode.
1 episode? Yeah, because that's really as long as Evolt lasted in Sento's body.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
they usually take 1 episode to wrap things up.
Yeah, most likely. But I think the trigger for that would probably have to be Misora, and to some extent. Like, I feel like she's the only one who can actually like reach out and get Sento, despite me wishing it would be Banjo, because that ship is so real.
I'm riding those waves on that ship, man. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
I noticed how last episode we had the chairman dude or whatever, the villainous old man. Last episode he was like, "Go get me Pandora's box," and now this episode he's like, "It would be a good idea for you to get Pandora's box."
And then the next episode, maybe you should probably get Pandora's box. You know, if you got the time.
Yeah.
In between your final form, I don't know. It's up to you.
Still in order, sort of.
Yeah.
Are we still doing this? Am I still in charge?
Yeah. I love the moment he left, Alex. You were like, "Oh yeah, he's probably gonna go mess with the old guy," and he did it.
What he does when he's frustrated and has time to kill.
Oh, those are my absolute favorite scenes because he legitimately does not have to. He's just doing it for fun. Oh.
Yeah. And like when like the chairman kind of gets up in his face and he's like, "Oh, you better get Pandora's box and stuff." Remember, like you were saying, like what leverage does he have in this situation?
There's nothing keeping him there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could just kind of see him as like this giant ass cat, and like the second you kind of throw the Pandora's box, he's gonna start like playing at it, like
and then
all
lick
in yarn.
Yeah. Man, I love that old guy. He's so useless, and he doesn't even know it.
I mean, in that same scene, I think Ebold says, "You know, I might hang around and be entertained by you humans for a little bit longer."
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That seemed like a very comfortable square that he was cracking his back. That looked nice. I want one of those. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Good a place as any to leave off on. So, guys, if you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Don't forget that the watch-alongs for this episode came up yesterday, so if you want to check that out, go ahead on over to the channel and do the thing. Also, our review of Lupat went up. It was mediocre. You should probably watch it if you've got the time. I don't know. You could probably also get the Pandora's box if you're so inclined. I've got no leverage here. Guys, keep it juicy.
See ya.
Next time.
You did it.
Do you want to do Amazons yet?
I can do Amazons. I was
Okay.
like the ending was actually stuck in my head earlier today. So.
Oh my!